We now come to session 2 of the corporate insolvency regulations, and we start with regulation number 16, which speaks about the committee of creditors with only operational creditors. We discussed two circumstances. One, where all the financial creditors are related parties, then they obviously can't constitute and sit on the committee of creditors. And the second thing is where there are no financial creditors for a corporate debtor and all of them are operational creditors. In this circumstance also, the committee of creditors will be constituted only with operational creditors. Now, who are the operational creditors who will be on the committee of creditors? 1. 18 largest operational creditors by value. Provided where the number is less than 18, the committee shall include all such operational creditors. One representative elected by all workmen other than those workmen who are included above. One representative by all employees other than those employees included above. So the first is value, then is the two categories of workmen and employees. A member of the committee formed under this regulation shall have voting rights in proportion to the debt due to such creditor or debt represented by such representative in proportion to the total debt. What is the total debt? Is nothing but the sum total of A, B, C, which is top 18 plus financial creditor, plus employee plus workman being an operational creditor. A committee shall have formed under this regulation shall have the same rights, powers, duties and obligations as a committee comprising financial creditors and its members as the case may be. First meeting of the committee of creditors. Now the regulation says the resolution professional shall file a report certifying the constitution of the committee within 30 days before the expiry of 30 days from the date of his appointment to NCLT. And it says the first meeting of the committee of creditors shall be held within 7 days from the filing of the report under this section. The number is 7, but in the act it says 7 days from the date of constitution. So I can constitute earlier, file a report later, but the regulation seems to suggest that it's 7 days from the filing of the report. Then we move to chapter 6, which is regulation 18, meetings of the committee of creditors. I will quickly go through what are the matters of emphasis in these regulations. 1. An RP can convene a meeting as and when he considers necessary. 2. A meeting shall be considered when a requisition is made by creditors who account for 33% of the voting rights. So that is by meeting by requisition. 3. Not less than 7 days notice shall be given for a meeting of the committee of creditors. Short notice up to 24 hours is permitted. Not less than 24 hours is permitted. Where committee has to reduce the notice period to not less than 24 hours. Who all has the notice to be given to? Every participant of the committee of creditors at the address provided to the RP, sent by hand delivery, post, but in any event by electronic means. So sending of a notice by electronic means is compulsory under this regulation. Service of notice. So it basically said only 3 things. RP can convene, meeting by requisition, notice has to be sent. How should the notice be sent? Not less than 7 days notice. Okay. Service of notice by electronic means, by email. It shall be as an unalterable PDF. Obligation is satisfied when he transmits. And the subject line of the email shall be name of the corporate debtor, place, time and date of the meeting. That's important. 22. Name of the corporate debtor, time, place and date. Notice shall be available on the electronic link or the URL shall be readable. And if any participant other than the member of committee of creditors fails to provide his email address and hence he doesn't receive the notice, it shall not be invalid. But they use the term any other participant other than a member of the committee. So if it's a member of the committee, the RP has an obligation to make sure he has recorded the email address and make sure that the email is sent. Now, if you remember, who all should get notice of the committee of creditors meeting? Partners, directors, operational creditors 10% by value. They are the other persons who are entitled to the notice of the meeting where this clause will apply. 21. What are the contents of the notice of the meeting? The notice shall inform, obviously, the date, the time, the place and the venue for the meeting. Second, it has to tell them that there is an option that they can participate by video conferencing or audio and visual means. There's no only phone. Audio and visual means, and shall also provide the necessary information to enable participation through VC or other audio and visual means. Notice shall provide that proxies are allowed. Person or authorized representative. Person shall inform the insolvency professional in advance of the identity of the authorized representative. Notice shall contain the agenda, which will contain the list of matters to be discussed, the list of items to be voted upon, and copies of all relevant documents that are needed for the meeting. This is very important. Please mark 3B. 21 3B. State that the vote of the members of the committee shall not be taken at a meeting unless all the members are present in the meeting. Now, the notice of the meeting shall also state the process and manner for conduct of voting by e-voting means. 2. Where to provide the login and how to generate a secure password, and for casting the vote in a secure manner. So, it's like a one-time password, and the name of the person who can be contacted for any queries on e-voting. So, the next is quorum. The meeting shall be deemed to be quorate. Please remember, you can conduct a meeting if there is quorum, but you can vote on the meeting only when all the participants are present, or you have to do a e-voting after the meeting. Quorum, it shall be deemed to be quorate if 33% of the members are present in person, VC or audio and visual means. Where the meeting cannot be held for want of quorum, it shall stand adjourned to the next day, same time, same place. Now, if in an adjourned meeting also there is no quorum, the members present shall be deemed to be the quorum and the meeting will be quorate. 3 things here. 23 regulation, participation through video conferencing. The notice of the meeting shall give an option to the participants to participate through video conferencing. Now, it's the duty of the resolution professional to take charge of the integrity of the proceedings of the meeting, availability of proper video conferencing equipment, ensure that the participants attending the meeting are able to hear and see if applicable. I am reading it in a different order. Ensure no person other than the intended participant is participating. 5. To record the minutes of the meeting. And last is to store for safekeeping and marking the physical recording. So basically, integrity, availability, quality, presence, record and storage. These are the 6 things that the RP has to ensure, provided that the persons who are differently enabled may ask the RP to allow any other person to accompany him to the meeting. Where a meeting is conducted through VC, the scheduled venue which is set forth in the notice, which shall be in India, shall be deemed to be the place of such meeting, and all the recordings of the proceedings shall be made at that place. It conveys 2 very important things. Where you are conducting a meeting through VC also, but for the purpose of notice you have to indicate a venue that is deemed to be the place of the meeting. Secondly, that meeting venue can only be in India. The third is all the proceedings shall be deemed to have taken place at that place. Then we go to regulation 24, conduct of the meeting. RP is the chairperson of the meeting. At the commencement of the meeting, the RP will take a roll call where every participant in the meeting has to say my name, whether I am attending in the capacity of a member of the committee or any other participant, whether I am on my own or I am representing other members, whether I have received the agenda for this meeting, the location from where I am participating, and no other person other than him is attending or has access to the meeting. So I have to say my name is so and so so and so. I am attending the meeting from so and so so and so. I am a member of the committee of creditors, or I will say I am a director, I am a member, I am a director, I am a partner, or I am an operational creditor. Fourth, nobody else is there along with me and nobody has access to the proceedings of this meeting. 5, I have received the agenda papers for this meeting on time. And then whether I am representing a member or a group of creditors. So whether I am a proxy or I am in person. After the roll call, the RP shall inform the participant the names of all the persons who are present, and he will confirm whether the required quorum is complete. The RP shall ensure that the required quorum is present throughout the meeting. From the commencement of the meeting till its conclusion, no other person shall be allowed access to the place or to the VC. The resolution professional shall ensure that the minutes in relation to the meeting are prepared, and it shall disclose the particulars of the people who attended in person through VC or through audio and visual means. The resolution professional shall prepare and circulate the minutes of the meeting to all participants by electronic means within 48 hours of the said meeting. Please mark this. Okay. Conduct of meeting. What all shall be announced in the meeting. 2. Who is the chairperson? 3. After the roll call, after the roll call, RP will repeat the roll call and confirm the quorum. He has to ensure that the quorum exists throughout the meeting. Minutes should be made and sent to all participants by electronic means within 48 hours. With this, we'll conclude up to chapter 6 and regulation number 24. Incidentally, please note that even the regulations are divided into chapters for the ease of application. Thank you very much and look forward and stay back for session 3, which will be uploaded shortly. welcome to this learning session on the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. We've now completed the code and then we need to start with the rules and regulations to the code.